Dear friends, you are all welcome to God's Natural Love. We are blessed today to share another word, and we are sharing together about what I called shared decisions that break barriers. Here I mean a process that breaks down barriers by involving all parties, leading to better problem solving and increased innovation plus improved outcomes. I'm just looking at a shared decision that will foster mutual understanding and ensures decisions that align with individual goals and preferences. This leads to great adherence. Here we mean coming together to allow individuals share what they think, especially when there is a problem. Sometimes we tend to be, especially leaders, we tend to be dictators. But here we are seeing that when we share decisions together with other people involved in our different groups we are leading, it makes things easy. It comes out with solutions for the different problems instead of one person looking for a solution that will possibly not satisfy everyone in the group. So it's good to share the whole thing together so that everyone can be satisfied as they share their own decisions. At the end of the day, one answer comes out when they have all agreed. Shared decisions break barriers in different ways. One of them is they improve communication, which requires open communication, of course, and active listening, breaking the barrier of information asymmetry, particularly in healthcare. For example, patients need to share their knowledge and concerns with clinicians, with doctors, with caretakers, so that as these people continue to help the patient to get well, the patient is also involved in what is taking place. Another thing, shared decisions, they break barriers by increasing problem solving. Collaboration helps teams identify and address the causes of problems more efficiently. This happens by bringing diverse perspectives to the table. This efficient problem solving is just because people come together, they bring what they think and their suggestions, and it becomes easy. Instead of making someone feel like neglected, they feel they were all involved and took part in bringing up the solution. So they don't feel neglected at one point. And the problem solved can easily be of good impact. Shared decision making breaks barriers by encouraging innovations in a way that creative and innovative solutions can emerge from the collective ideas of the participants. Another point comes up, and it enhances outcomes and adherence. So the participants are more likely to understand and adhere to the plan leading to better outcomes. The fifth point is that shared decision making breaks barriers by building trust. During the process, it is demonstrated that each person's perspective and preferences are valued and respected. Every individual, every participant feels not neglected at one point. They feel they are respected and they are involved in the decision making, and so they feel their suggestions can also be valued during the discussion. Lastly, but not the least, shared decision making breaks barriers by aligning with goals. Decisions are guided by the individual's values, goals, and preferences, rather than a one-size-fits-all approach. It rejects, at one point, any dictator who would have the final decision, and so everyone feels involved and feels his decisions and suggestions were also considered. In conclusion, I have some few references. We may not read them, but from the Bible, we see some consequences of rejecting shared decision. One of them is found in Numbers chapter 13 and 14. Here we see the story involving Joshua, involving Caleb. They go to the other side where they were going and taking the children of Israel. But those who were sent, they came with different ideas. So some came like saying, we cannot make it. In case we go there, we know we are going just to die. People are strong. But because the majority was on the other side of saying we cannot make it, this side of Caleb, which was supporting that, you know what, we can make it, they still could not manage because the majority was on the negative side. So there was nothing like deciding to say, let's go, we are going to make it. You see, the whole thing starts from the mind. You fail from the mind. And so even the decisions you make end up failing. So that's what that story talks about when they had reached at Kadesh Barnea and all that happened. Other examples of shared decision making which breaks barriers is seen as success in some of the examples in Acts chapter 6, 1 to 7. There was a group which was choosing the disciples that will go and take the gospel to the people around. That is after Jesus had left. And people were complaining, we are not having food, people were not having enough. But they had to decide, sit as a group of disciples that were left with the work to do, and decide to choose some few members to go and do the work. And it worked for them so well. In Nehemiah 2:18, it is when he decided to come and suggest to the king that I am going to be part of this restructuring of the city. Just give me the permission. And the king was okay with it. He even allowed the children of Israel to join Nehemiah and do the work. So there was nothing like opposing it. They all agreed to do the work, and it was a success for the city to be rebuilt and they were all happy about the decision they made. Let me read from Proverbs 15:22, and we see what it is saying. I'm reading from NIV. It says, plans fall for lack of counsel, but with many advisors they succeed. So it is talking about even when we are planning, even when we are deciding things, we just need to be advised. Meaning, you can't advise yourself. You only need someone else to come in and help you decide. A good decision maker, not someone that will take you off your plan or off your decision you wanted. So you should have a plan and have someone to help you bring it to conclusion. Without those advisors, you cannot make it. In other words, they are saying you cannot decide alone. You need someone to help you. In case of any advice, you get it from the person. That's what I had for you today. If you are new, I encourage you to subscribe. You like, you share the videos. You can also click the notification bell, because I know I have many other videos that will be coming, and audios. Sometimes I forget about the word audio, but some are audios. So you are all welcome for the support of this channel. God's natural love, receive it and extend it to the rest of God's creation.